if we get caught up in the belief system that our value in the world is based on people loving us, or other people's approval, or how much money you have, or how many fabulous outfits you have, or how many followers you have on Instagram, those things don't make us happy. Those things don't bring us peace. The time you take out of every day to stop and take stock, like contemplate. We live in a very busy, chaotic world. Lots of noise, lots of distraction. Everybody has to be visually stimulated all the time. Like, there's no peace. There's no quiet. We're not comfortable being quiet with ourselves and looking inward and asking ourselves, why am I here? Or what am I doing? Or what is my intention in this specific choice I'm making right now? You know, the question is, are you aware enough? Are you awake enough to find out what that reason is? Like, why did this happen to me? What is my lesson?
You ready for this? Mad Madge, Madonna 67 exposes her nipples in completely see-through lingerie. Brace yourselves. This is what we're doing. At 67, seeing that Jay Shetty interview and then seeing this, to me, makes it 10 times worse. Because at age 67, is this really what we want from Madonna? She said on the Jay Shetty podcast, we get caught up in the belief system that our value in the world is based on people loving us, or other people's approval, or how much money you have, or how many followers you have on Instagram. Riddle me this. If she really was self-actualized and not seeking our approval, to me, I'm sorry, doesn't scream someone that is not seeking external validation. I don't want this for her. I just want her to cover it up, and I want her to show a little grace and a little class and not engage in this, because we don't need to see it. We don't want to see it, and she shouldn't want to show it to us. So I'm sitting at my desk editing and wanting to add pictures to the video, and apparently Madonna's been doing this for a while now. And I just want to give the big rock that I've been hibernating under a ginormous hug, okay? Because I'm so glad I didn't know about any of this. Look at this. This is from November 2025. Madonna leaves fans confused over sexy butt-bearing photo shoot. Look at these photos. And then apparently she was getting a little flack online from 50 Cent, the rapper 50 Cent, who was implying that she was too old to be doing this stuff. Agreed. Agreed, 50. I agree. Yo, this is the funniest shiz, LOL. He captioned a screenshot of Madge's bottom. That's Madonna under the bed trying to do like a virgin at 63. She shot out if she don't get her old ass up. LMFAO. Laughing my ass off. And I don't know what GLG means, but agreed. Agreed, 50. I agree. And there was other photos from that particular little photo shoot that I'm not going to show because they're just really gross. And then look at this one from the Daily Mail, November 2022, a year later. Girl gone wild. Madonna, 64, risks the wrath of Instagram again as she flashes her bare-busted nude corset and declares, I'm in the mood for love. And she was risking being banned from Instagram for some risque photos, I guess before this November 22 article and then prior. Wow, what a risk taker indeed. I mean, way to just make your mark on the world here. I mean, look at this. Oh my, Madonna risks being banned from Instagram. Okay, so this is what we're doing with our lives. We're risking being banned on Instagram for, modesty and just, human decency guidelines or whatever, they set forth on their platform. But yeah. So that was 3 years ago, okay? And then look at this. Look at this. Really? Okay. But if you'll notice, the face looks a lot different a few years back versus the nude bra photos we're seeing now. And what's interesting is that when you go to her Instagram, the only pictures that she has on her Instagram are the ones from this year, February 2025 onwards. So Amy Schumer did something like this relatively recently where she scrubbed her entire Instagram feed of all the photos of her when she was heavier. Because if you've seen any updated photos of Amy Schumer, she is clearly on an Ozempic type drug. And I believe she has disclosed that she is. But I guess her whole identity prior to taking that medication has now been scrubbed because I guess they just don't want it out there. Are they ashamed? I don't know. I can't speak for them. But point being, Madonna has completely scrubbed her entire Instagram feed of anything prior to 2025. So these articles that I've been showing you just in this little roundup here from 2022, 2021, shots from those photo shoots are gone. So she's been doing this for a while, but what I think is happening here and why everything was scrubbed prior to February 25, because I think she probably doesn't like the way a lot of the facial surgery was prior to that day, February 25, and then now she looks a little bit different, a little bit more taunt and toned in the face. That's what she's promoting. But I mean, just looking at these photos, this isn't glimpse of real life type thing. Look at me, I'm just a normal person. These are highly glossed, highly edited, editorial type photos. And yes, we're not supposed to expect slice of life stuff. I'm a mama influencer a la Jennifer Gardner in the kitchen coming from Madonna. Yes, I get it. But her whole Instagram is like a professional photo shoot. Really scary, creepy, raunchy photo shoot. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Madonna's very slick in her presentation, and she's got a bajillion dollars, so she can hire anybody to do anything. And I think she sees her Instagram as a photo shoot. So she's definitely working with professionals to get these photos. But here's the thing, okay, with this whole deal. And the reason why it's so sad, because I was talking about this earlier in the video, when she exploded onto the scene in the early mid 80s, the level of fame that this woman skyrocketed to, and basically worship and adoration by her fans and the worldwide media at large. And yes, of course, she did stir up a lot of controversy and backlash for a lot of the imagery and the overly sexualized presentation that she was throwing out into the world. But by and large, she was, I mean, just lauded and worshiped and adored by her fans. And people bought into everything she was putting out. She was selling millions and millions of records, getting awards, photo shoots. I mean, she was huge in the culture. So the level of adoration and fame that she skyrocketed to, and the level of attention that she got used to having, especially given her tumultuous childhood and not having a mother, and these feelings of worthlessness and looking outward for any type of validation that she's now talking about on the Jay Shetty podcast. She says she was struggling with that during that entire time. So when you're getting that level of worldwide global attention and worship, you tend to build your whole identity around that and your sense of just existing and being, that adoration. And of course it's going to go to your head, and of course it's going to shape the way that you move through the world. So what happens when it goes away? What happens when it cools off? I believe this type of stuff happens. She's going full circle in the sense that she's resorting right back to the same old thing that she's been doing ever since she's been 25 years old, which is use her body use her sexuality to get attention. That's the only thing that she knows. And that's why I think that this whole thing is so unbelievably sad, because at 67, a lot of us want a little more. Men and women look at people that are 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And we want more. When we expect more, we want wisdom. We want hope. We want stories about what you've done, what you've learned, how you struggled, how you come out the other side. We don't want to see this same old shtick. You want to see people mature. You want to see them evolve. Where are the realizations about life? Yeah, it seems like she's sharing some of them in this Jay Shetty interview, but is that just, what is that? Just a PR tactic? Because why are you saying those things and then going back to acting like this? And you've been acting like this for years. And I'm sure if you asked her, why would you go on Jay Shetty's podcast and say those things about not wanting to seek attention, but yet you've been doing it, these last few years, if not more, and you're still doing it. You did it just a couple days ago. Why are you still doing that? Madonna and her supporters, I'm sure, they would start throwing in their Me Too and feminism diatribes out there, saying, we can do whatever we want. We don't have to answer to you. We don't have to answer to anybody. I'm coming across articles. No, Madonna shouldn't have to cover up on Instagram or anywhere else. Why the Queen of Pop is under no obligation to act or dress appropriately, and neither are you. And then you go through the article and it just talks about how, her scandal has always been her currency, and she's pushing boundaries and envelopes for a reason. There's a noble reason behind why she does all of this, because she's got power and influence and a platform and a legacy, and she's trying to banish stereotypes and trying to tell us that a woman at any age can do whatever she wants. Yeah, you can, but majority of healthy, rational individuals don't have an appetite for this type of stuff. This isn't healthy. This isn't normal, in my opinion. And I'm a 51-year-old woman looking at this 67-year-old woman thinking that is nothing I want to aspire to. I don't want to look like this. I don't want to give out this message and replicate what she's doing. And Madonna's sorely mistaken if she thinks that I do, if she thinks that women like me do. It's just very sad. You would hope that she would want to contribute in other more meaningful ways. But this seems like this is all we're going to get from Madonna. I find it tragic. Maybe that's just me. What do you guys think of this? Again, to each his own, but especially these celebrities and these images that they're portraying, and then how for years and years and years and years when they were overweight or they carried a few extra, and it was all about that body positivity movement, like don't shame me because I'm carrying a few extra pounds. I'm so happy and comfortable in my skin, and you're a horrible, rotten person for thinking that I need to lose weight. And then they all go on Ozempic and act like, oh, well, this is my health journey. I was just gaslighting you for years and years and years, but now that I'm taking the jab, that you're not supposed to notice that I was screaming at you for, however many years that you're a jerk because you're telling me to lose weight because it'll probably be more healthy for me. It's just all of this. It's just like whatever suits them. And I think what's suiting them is this type of stuff because they don't feel good about themselves. They don't. And it's just sad to hear everything that she said on that Jay Shetty podcast and then to see her behavior and actions here now. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good in my humble opinion. What do you guys think about it?